1190. When loading cameras or other equipment on an SUAS, mount the items in a manner that A. Is visible to the visual observer or other crew members. B. Does not adversely affect the center of gravity. C. Can be easily removed without the use of tools. The correct answer is B. When loading cameras or other equipment on an SUAS, it is important to ensure that the equipment is mounted in a manner that does not adversely affect the center of gravity. The center of gravity is a critical component of an aircraft's stability, and any changes to it can have significant effects on the aircraft's performance and safety. Therefore, it is essential to ensure that any added equipment is mounted in a way that maintains the proper center of gravity. 1191. To ensure that the unmanned aircraft center of gravity, CG, limits are not exceeded, follow the aircraft loading instructions specified in the A. Aircraft Weight and Balance Handbook. B. Pilot's Operating Handbook or SUAS Flight Manual. C. Aeronautical Information Manual, AM. The correct answer is B. The Pilot's Operating Handbook or SUAS Flight Manual provides specific loading instructions for an unmanned aircraft, including the location of the CG and weight limitations. It also provides information about the impact of loading on the aircraft's performance and stability, so it is important to follow the loading instructions specified in the manual to ensure safe and efficient operation. The Aircraft Weight and Balance Handbook provides general guidance on weight and balance calculations and principles, but may not provide specific information for a particular unmanned aircraft. The Aeronautical Information Manual, AM, provides information on general aviation procedures and operations, but does not include specific information about an individual unmanned aircraft's loading instructions. 1192. What could be a consequence of operating a small unmanned aircraft above its maximum allowable weight? A. Shorter endurance. B. Increased maneuverability. C. Faster speed. The correct answer is A. Operating an SUAS above its maximum allowable weight will increase the power required to maintain level flight, which can result in a shorter endurance or reduced flight time. The increased weight may also adversely affect the aircraft's stability and control, potentially increasing the risk of a crash or loss of control. 1193. When operating an aircraft, the remote PIC is responsible for using A. The most current weight and balance data. B. Weight and balance data from the factory. C. Recent weight and balance data. The correct answer is A. The remote PIC is responsible for ensuring that the weight and balance of the aircraft is within the manufacturer's limitations and that it is safe to operate. The most current weight and balance data should be used to ensure that the calculations are accurate and up to date. The weight and balance data from the factory or previous flights may be outdated and not reflect any changes that have been made to the aircraft since it was manufactured or last flown. 1194. Which of the following is true regarding weight and balance of small unmanned aircraft? A. CG cannot change during flight. B. Lateral CG is not important to small unmanned aircraft operations. C. Operations outside weight and balance limitations may result in loss of control. The correct answer is C. The weight and balance of a small unmanned aircraft must be within its limits for safe and efficient operation. Operating outside of these limitations may result in a loss of control of the aircraft, which can be dangerous for people and property on the ground. The center of gravity, CG, is an important factor in weight and balance, and it must remain within the acceptable range during flight. Lateral CG is also important and must be considered when loading equipment on the aircraft. 1293. A small unmanned aircraft loaded with the most rearward center of gravity is A. Less stable at all speeds. B. More stable at slow speeds. C. More stable at fast speeds. The correct answer is A. When the center of gravity, CG, is located towards the rear of the aircraft becomes less stable and more prone to pitch up and down. This is because the tail becomes less effective at controlling pitch as the CG moves back. This instability can occur at all speeds, including slow and fast speeds. It is important to follow weight and balance limitations and ensure that the aircraft is loaded within the specified CG limits to maintain stability and control.